Welcome to Spirits and Supernatural. I'm Dawn.
I'm Jenny. Happy Memorial Day, Dawn.
Today when we are recording is Memorial Day.
Maybe we'll remember it in June when this releases, or July.
We're so going to remember what we said.
Okay. It'd be the first for me. I'm always surprised when I listen back to our recordings. I'm like, oh, that was really funny. Or, oh, that was really bad. Or, oh, man, I'm stupid. Just never know. But we do have a special guest today.
We do. All of our guests are special.
That's true. But this one's super special because she's my friend.
She's our friend.
She's our friend. She's a friend of the podcast, Mary Benz from Wisconsin. So,
yes.
Thanks for joining us, Mary.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
We're excited to. You can hear her little accent a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's great.
Can you say about? Did you say about?
About.
Oh, okay.
She really pronounces it.
Yeah, she concentrated.
It only comes out at times.
Yeah.
So.
That's like my mom. She's from Kentucky, and whenever I go over to her house and she's been on the phone with her sisters, I'm like, "You just talked to my aunt, didn't you?" And she's like, "Yeah." Like her Kentucky comes out real strong. All right. So today we are going to talk about reapers. Mm-hmm. Specifically, we're going to talk about Billie, and we're going to talk about a little bit about the OG reaper that started the whole thing, the first one we ever saw.
That's the one from Faith, right?
From Faith, yep. And and then we'll talk about Tessa, my favorite reaper. And then I thought we would talk about Bobby's reaper also.
Okay. And
then there were other ones, very sundry ones, and if they come up in conversation, fine, but they weren't as pivotal, I guess.
Yeah.
Although Rowena did go on a rampage killing a bunch of reapers. Which was fun for her.
For her, I mean.
So what is our cocktail we're doing today, Dawn?
Well, I found this online, and they called it something else, and I said, let's call it the Reaper.
Okay.
So we are going to mix together a shot of spiced rum. We have Kraken because it is black spiced rum. We wanted it to be a very dark cocktail because that seems appropriate for Reapers.
I agree.
We've got blackberry liqueur. This is black raspberry, which close enough. And then we'll put in a little lemon juice and we'll top it with some cola.
Okay.
Or lemonade in your case. There you go. So you can do this in a shaker without the cola if you want to. I figure we'll just put ice in our glasses and we'll just kind of stir it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend shaking it with the pop in it.
No, I wouldn't either.
Explosion.
Honestly, probably not a great idea.
And for those of you who might be watching us on YouTube, you can see our new co-hosts here with us.
Emotional support.
Sam and Dean Winchester, courtesy of our friend Kira Rush, who was moving, and she said she just couldn't take them with her. So she said, "Well, you guys want them?" And Dawn's like, "I'll come get them." So here they are.
So she rehomed her cutouts to us. As you can also see, Castiel's not here, but if you happen to follow the Wayward Market on social media, you might see Castiel in our studio soon. Yeah. Our new studio.
I'm so excited for you guys.
I'm so excited too.
I didn't have room for Castiel in this room or in my heart, so he's not here.
So he's not here.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Just wouldn't fit.
No, he didn't fit.
You are hilarious.
But it's true, though, if you think about it, Castiel didn't fit in society. So
it's true.
True.
He didn't understand a lot, but that's okay.
All right. So how are we mixing this up?
Okay. So I'm doing a shot of the Kraken, which are jiggers an ounce and a half. And I will do the same for the black raspberry. And then I'm going to do a half an ounce of lemon juice. And then we'll top it with our other.
Is it a mixer? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, our mixer, I guess. Yeah.
Perfect. So, Mary, did you happen to make one of the Reaper drinks?
I did.
Oh, great. You're joining us?
Yes.
Yay.
Have you tasted it yet?
I did. It's good.
Oh, I'm glad you like
excellent.
it. Cool. Then you'll be able to be part of our swig rating at the end of the episode,
Absolutely.
too. Yay.
Thank you to Pinterest for this cocktail recipe. I actually ended up, when I was looking, pinned a whole bunch of other stuff. So some that are like vampire related or some other things that I was like, we could probably use that later.
Oh, for sure. We'll be getting into the monsters of the week before we know it. We have all the demons to get through, but we're like in between. We're doing the Reapers, and then we're going to do the four horsemen, and then we'll kind of start getting into the demons. So
yeah.
My life is so weird. I never would have thought I'd be having a conversation about the demons.
About the demons.
Here we are.
And it's not even a conversation with your therapist about the demons.
You're my therapist, Dawn.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Everybody, watch out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So let's just talk about the very first Reaper. The very first time we ever see a Reaper in Supernatural is in the episode Faith.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that one that we both put in our top for season 1?
Absolutely. I did. I can't remember if you did or not, but yeah, for sure.
Pretty sure I did.
It was
as
so
well.
good. We loved everything about it. Jensen, he played sick very well. And the makeup, everything that they did in that episode was just so good.
And they made the Reaper look kind of scary. Like kind of how you would expect a Reaper to look.
Right.
Which is not at all what they look like in the rest of the show.
No, he's super ugly and gross looking and scary for sure.
Yeah.
And it's the only time that we see a Reaper that looks exactly like him. Now, there is that episode where, I can't remember the name of the episode now, but it's when Cass says, I know it's happening here. The whole place was covered in Reapers, and they all had the dark suits on.
Mm-hmm. Very business.
Do you know that episode, Mary? You probably do.
That's Abandon All Hope.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when they're going to meet Lucifer, right?
When our best girls die. All right, we're going to go ahead and clink our glasses. Clink. Take a sip. That's pretty good.
It is.
I like it.
It's really sweet.
It is very sweet. Okay. And since I used lemonade, that made it even sweeter. I'm thinking there's probably something else we should have used to make it. I don't know. Is that Kraken pretty sweet? Or is it just the black raspberry that's so strong that's making it sweet?
It's the raspberry, yeah.
Oh,
we'll talk about it more later. Let's talk about Reapers right now.
So the very first time we see Reaper, and the show was able to get Don't Fear the Reaper song, which obviously was perfect. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about this particular Reaper. He was bound.
We learn a few things. We learn that you can bind them.
Yeah.
We all kind of know what a Reaper is, or we've heard of the Grim Reaper.
Right.
As, the one that takes you when you die. And so this is just like really laying some groundwork, but not for supernatural specific lore about Reapers.
Right. Well, I think not only can he be bound, I thought it was interesting that because Billie talks about this all the time, keeping the order, and so when he saved somebody, somebody else had to go.
Yeah.
Period. There was no...
Regardless.
Yeah. And it was interesting that they died of the same ailment that the person was getting healed for. Yeah. Because it wasn't just a life for a life. It was very specific. It was somebody dying of cancer to somebody dying of cancer, somebody having a heart condition to somebody having a heart condition. It was very... I liked the dynamic, the way they did that.
They set that up.
And they used the fact that Reapers could be bound again in the episode where Bobby's dying. Bobby used it in reference that he learned that from the boys.
Oh.
Because they tangled with Reapers before. Mm-hmm. I just watched that one.
Yeah. And Dean bound Death, too.
Yeah.
Even,
Right.
If Death can be bound, clearly Reapers can. But it's kind of a surprise when Death is bound. I feel like, but I guess when they first met him, he was bound.
He was bound by Lucifer when we first meet him,
and unsurprisingly, the Winchesters are like, "Oh, an archangel can do it. I can do it."
Yeah, yeah, and they can.
It does sound like that.
Yeah.
So that's our first time meeting a Reaper and seeing them is in Faith, and then is the next time it's not in Abandon All Hope. Is it in?
It's with Tessa.
In My Time of Dying.
Tessa.
My Time of Dying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I have that written right in front of me. If I would read my own notes, I would have seen that.
That, not a problem.
So Tessa is very different than the first Reaper that we meet.
Oh, yeah. She's youthful and pretty, not scary.
Yeah, she's not like all wrinkled and her face isn't all gray.
She doesn't look like Death. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
They were just in their reading of their dad's journal. It says that Reapers can look like whatever they want so that they appear less scary to the person they're reaping.
Yeah.
Which the one in Faith wouldn't have been that way because he was bound. So he was whatever the person who bound him was. Where reapers after that are more along the lines of how they would appear to who they're going to reap.
Mm-hmm.
So Dean
which
gets,
is why they look so different.
Yeah, Dean gets this youthful young woman where, I guess, is it the preacher's wife's interpretation of a reaper? Because she's the one who bound him.
Right.
So she sees him as that.
Right. And she would have had a really ugly heart too, because she was sitting in judgment and deciding who was going to die in place of who was being healed. She felt like she had the authority to make that decision.
I was just going to say, and Dean sees a pretty young woman.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense for him.
It does.
It does, because he would respond more to that.
And she even presents herself as like a damsel in distress. Like she's in the same situation as Dean.
Yeah. I just came in for an appendectomy and now I'm dying. Yeah. And it took him, well, pretty much the whole episode to figure out what was going on too. In My Time of Dying was definitely one of my favorite episodes too.
A lot going on in that episode. And some
So
pivotal
good.
moments. Yeah. Absolutely.
The scene with there's so many good scenes in it.
Yeah. You can talk
It's
about
just,
them.
the Ouija board and everything. It's just the whole, all of that, and the interplay between Sam and Dean, and then the John making the deal. I mean, there's just so much to that episode. It was a huge episode.
Well, when Yellow Eyes enters Tessa, there is I can't remember if she talked about it on Supernatural Now and Then or whatever it was. They had the yellow contacts. So it wasn't CGI. She actually had yellow contacts and she couldn't see. There's like a blooper reel where she's putting her hand up to Dean or Jared Jensen or whatever, and he keeps trying to move her hand to the right spot because she literally can't see with those yellow contacts in her eyes. So
wow.
Yeah.
I could not have done that. If I was playing Tessa, they'd have had to replace me.
Yeah.
Or do something else, because I could not do contacts, let alone that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that
was crazy.
So that was the first time we meet her. The second time we meet her.
Is it Appointment in Samara? When
Yep.
Dean is death for a day?
No, there's one before that.
Oh.
It's about death, though.
Even
Death
It's
takes
to
a
Midnight?
holiday.
Is
Death takes a holiday, right?
Okay.
Isn't that the right one?
That's the one where there's Reapers
Yes,
being
you're right.
kidnapped
Death
by
Takes a Holiday.
Alistair.
Yeah, that's in season 4, episode 15. Death takes a holiday. Yeah.
Yep.
So it has that. It has this young boy who doesn't want to cross over because he doesn't want to leave his mom.
Yes.
And so everybody in that town that is getting killed, they're not dying.
Yeah.
And this also, Alistair shows up in this episode, and he's killing Reapers, right? Or is
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Well, it's just as for a spell. He has to kill
Okay,
2
yeah.
Reapers at like midnight or something like that. It's a spell.
For one of the seals.
Yeah. And he has one that he kills, and then he's going to kill Tessa, but the boys are able to prevent that from happening. And the way that they prevent that from happening is the only way that they can see a Reaper is if you are on death's door or dead. And so they unalive themselves to be able to go, and they use Pamela.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, to do that. And they're able to save Tessa, and the whole town
they get
has
the
to go
boy to
back to
cross
dying.
over.
Yeah. But Tessa does get to kiss Dean. That's how she's like, we have history. We've met, because he didn't recognize her. And she's like, come here. And, she didn't say that. But
Get
she's
over
like,
here, big boy.
Come on, sexy.
I'm sure that was, heartbreaking that she had to do that.
Yeah, she's like, do I have to? And then she got to kiss him, and then all the memories of when they had first met came flooding back.
Right.
So she was lucky. Lucky little actress. Her name is Lindsay McKeon.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she's related to Nancy McKeon. You probably don't know who that is because you're way too young, but she was in The Facts of Life. Well, no, it's like in the 70s. You are way too
I
young.
watched The Facts of Life on Nick at Night. Thank you.
She played Jo. Then you know who she is. That's Nancy
There you
McKeon.
Every time you say you're too young, I feel like I suddenly become like a child again. I don't know why.
I'm sorry. Does it offend you? I won't say it anymore if it does. I don't mean it to. I'm just saying you wouldn't know a show from the 70s, generally speaking.
Generally.
You would not have been around to see
Cool.
it.
That's cool. Yeah.
You're not a child. You're a full-grown adult.
I'm a grown-up. They didn't even card me when I bought my rum today.
Was that your first time?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I've gone through the drive-thru many times.
They know who you are now.
Yeah, they don't card me anymore. It was even a different person that I don't know has ever seen me, and she didn't.
Oh.
It's maybe because I just walked in and said, I need Kraken.
You say you need Kraken with authority, and they're going to believe you.
Exactly.
We do not recommend that to anyone under 21.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Do not buy alcohol, even with authority. Okay. So, and then the next time we see her is appointment in Samara.
Yes.
And that is when.
She literally has, she does not want to do this.
No, of course not. She knows how bad it's going to be. I think that she kind of wanted to protect Dean from it. Don't you think so?
Yeah, she didn't want Dean to have to do that. I don't think she thought it was good for Dean to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she thought, in my opinion, Tessa did not think Dean could do it in the first place.
I agree.
Whether or not she wanted him to or thought it was good for him to do it, I don't think she thought he could do it. And she was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was right. And I think she didn't think he could do it.
Yeah, because of his big heart.
Right. Which she knew.
And his disrespect for the natural order of things, clearly.
Well, obviously, yeah. Although I don't know, that definitely is a Billie thing for sure.
The natural order.
Natural order.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think that's maybe why Death wanted him to do it, was to learn more about why the natural order of things is good.
Yeah.
And this is
what
part of
happens
the
if you
whole
don't.
time when Dean is fighting with the concept of destiny as well. So the idea that, everybody's supposed to die at a certain time is something that Dean is, not excited about, doesn't want to be a part of. He wants to be in control of his own destiny.
Yeah, but I mean, he's already died. Come back. He dug himself out of
If he can come back, why can't everybody else?
Because their last
he's come
name's
back
not
so many
Winchester.
What was that, Mary?
He's come back a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did he die? Over 100 by that point?
Right. I mean, if we don't count Mystery Spot, if you don't count that one, he had died at least a couple of times. Yeah. I mean, it was just the whole dynamic. The very first person he has to help cross over is a bad guy robbing a store. And he gets shot.
The guy's like, why? And he's like, maybe because you shot somebody. Or
consequences,
consequences, right.
And he's like, can he feel the pain? Well, the one thing, though, Dean was like, can he feel that? Can he feel that pain? And she's like, yes. And he's like, okay, let's just let him stew in this for a little bit. And I thought part of that, to me, reminded me of Dean when he was probably torturing souls in hell.
Maybe.
He was letting that guy stew in his juices.
A way, the boys are kind of superheroes. Hunters kind of are, because they know the secret and they're fighting evil. And I think because of that, they have a strong sense of what's good and what's not good. And even if somebody's not a werewolf, even if they're willing to threaten another human being's life, I think it's kind of the same for Dean. And he's willing to be you should suffer a little bit.
Yeah. Yep. I think so. Poetic justice type of situation.
A little bit. Yeah. And I think that tracks for Dean.
Yeah. And then the second guy dies of a heart attack, too much cheese.
And the guy's like, why? And he's like, you think maybe it was the
extra cheese or something like that.
Yeah.
And the guy just laughs and he's like, yeah.
Those situations, he's immediately like, well, obviously the consequences of your own actions. But then he's faced with the consequences.
A 12-year-old girl.
Yeah, he's faced with the consequences of having a disease, regardless. I mean, cancer affects everybody, regardless of age, race, gender. And you have this little girl. At least I assumed she had cancer. Did she have a heart condition? Do we know what it was that she had? She was just sick.
I don't know that it was cancer because she was supposed to have surgery.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So she was going to be getting some sort of transplant, but she wasn't going to survive the transplant.
Right.
At least that's how I took it.
She was
on the donor list or whatever, which it could be cancer. It could have been lung cancer. It could have been anything. I don't think it was a specified disease.
But it was just a genetic or something that was not her fault.
Right. A young girl whose mother wasn't in the picture. I can't remember if they even mentioned if she had died or if it was a divorce. I think she was gone. Either way, she was not around. And it was just
she wasn't around.
just a dad and his little girl, and then he was going to lose her. And Dean's like, can't stomach this. That's not happening. Nope, not taking her. And then he has to face the consequences of making that decision that even though it was this girl's time, he said no.
And it causes, it's kind of the butterfly effect in that situation because it causes that nurse to leave early and she gets
killed in a car accident.
And then her husband gets drunk and he's about to go die in a car accident too. Or kill somebody else. Take somebody else, yeah. This is a time I really think I would relate to Dean because I don't know that I could do that either. And I think that's part of the point of what death is trying to prove here.
Yeah.
The kid. Yeah, with the kid, it's hard. That one's brutal.
Yeah.
That one's tough.
The others makes, it's like they're adults. It's like, okay.
You've lived some.
Right.
Yeah. You've lived some. You've had consequences of your actions. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Totally get that. But it's the kid one, like you said, that innocent kid.
So stuff like this got me thinking that Reapers are a lot like angels in that they have their orders and that's what they do. They follow, the natural order. Like, this is the way things are supposed to happen. So this is what we do. And I thought that was interesting because I think that we had a debate when we were talking about death was whether he was the angel of death.
Yeah.
Or Reapers are sometimes considered like angels of death.
Right. So up until season 9, Stairway to Heaven, they had not really referred to Reapers as angels. I think that was the first time they actually called them angels. Dean called Tessa an angel, I think, because she had like the tattoo markings or...
Yep, you're right.
And she was going to sacrifice herself in the name of Castiel or whatever. I don't know if this would be considered a plot hole or because we have different writers in season 9 than we had in season 4 and 5 that all of a sudden Reapers are angels.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Like I said, in the earlier seasons, they're still kind of behaving in the way that angels do before we even met angels.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they really are, if they really are angels. I don't know. It's a hard one to know exactly how to.
Similarly.
Yeah. They have their job and they do their job.
Yeah, they behave it's like they're part of the angel spectrum.
Could be.
Because they don't fall under the demons. They would fall more under the angel. And I think you're right. It was never referred to. Yeah.
But they're just
never referred to.
I think they're just a different being entirely.
Yeah.
Like Sully was Xana. He wasn't an angel and he wasn't a demon, so he had just a different whatever.
They're just a different thing.
Just a different thing.
Sure.
But I liked Tessa a lot. I thought
she was well-developed character.
I think
sometimes we get characters that pop in here and there and they're used for the plot. And Tessa was, but I think she was played well and
and they brought her back.
Wasn't shallow for it.
Yeah. Was it 5 episodes? No, 4 episodes. So
I like her chemistry with Dean. Their relationship and how they really had a relationship where they were able to talk and it was good. I think, they had a really good one.
I agree. So anyhow, that's my Tessa info. I guess we could briefly talk about Bobby's Reaper. Before we get into Billie?
Did not get to watch that episode, and so it's not fresh in my mind. If you guys want to talk a little bit about that.
Did you watch that one, Mary?
Yep, I just watched it.
Oh, perfect.
It's interesting. That Reaper isn't as fleshed out because he's just there. He's basically saying, hey, this is my job. You are going to come with me, and that's the way it is. It is interesting, though, that he's kind of like talking to Bobby about explaining, hey, all your memories are going away. You are going to die. He's very clear with Bobby what's going to happen.
Is that the one where Bobby's running from memory to memory in his mind?
Yeah.
And things are shut and the Reaper's chasing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's where Bobby and Rufus trap the Reaper. Bobby references that he's learned this from the boys because they have tangled with Reapers a few times.
Okay. Is it Death's Door?
Yeah.
Or Knocking on Heaven's Door? Which one is it?
Death's Door.
Death's Door. Okay, yeah. So that's the one where, like you said, it is an awesome episode. It's such a good episode, but it's so heartbreaking and it's hard to watch. But throughout it, his Reaper keeps coming. And it's almost like he's like impatiently waiting for him to make the decision to just come, you know?
Absolutely.
And the whole time Bobby is trying, he's like, no, I got to get to my boys. I got to get to them and I got to tell them what I learned, which was just the shortened series of numbers that didn't really help for a long time.
Eventually.
Yeah.
For a long time, it didn't help because they just didn't know. But
that's one of the Reapers that we just see for like an episode for a little bit. There's one that takes Sam to hell to rescue Bobby's soul later.
oh yeah, the taxi driver.
Yeah. AJ.
Yeah. So there's him, and Crowley kills him when he
Yeah.
figures out what Sam is doing, which is how Sam gets stuck in purgatory for a little bit.
Well, Dean has to call on Benny to get him out. Yeah.
Yeah. Benny gets him out.
Then there's a couple that are after Billie, because Billie's like the main. I would call Billie the main Reaper of Supernatural, and then
She's definitely the main Reaper for the boys.
yeah, and then she graduates to death.
Graduates. I wrote got promoted in my notes.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That's better. Yeah, it's the first time we meet her though. Is when Sam's been infected by the Croatoan virus, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Form and Void. So
Yep.
I was watching that episode, and I have a story to go with it.
Tell us.
So
Okay.
in that episode, Sam is trying to trap somebody who's been infected because he wants to kind of use them as a guinea pig or like figure out how long he's got because he's also been infected.
Yeah.
So we see him in the hardware store, and then there's the scene in the alley, the guy stumbling along, and there's like the phone is in the bucket, and there's a movie, there's a clip playing from his phone. I know what movie that is. I've watched it.
What is it?
It is called Night of the Hunter, and that scene is Robert Mitchum. His character is this con artist who plays off like he's a preacher, and he's got love and hate tattooed on his knuckle. So that's what
It's
that
a
scene
prison
is.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that scene is. He's like preaching about brother love and brother hate and going at each other. But I was watching this episode, and they got to that like scene where the camera's pointing at the phone, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know this movie.
I love that.
My husband's brother-in-law was telling us about it because he just thought it was kind of ridiculous the way it was shot. But the whole thing is set like on the Ohio River, which I just thought was so interesting. But I was watching this episode, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know that clip. I know that movie. I just found it very funny.
I love that.
So if you want to
That's
watch
very interesting.
Night of the Hunter with Robert Mitchum, it's a very weird movie. He's like chasing down these two small children because their dad stole money, and the children know where the money is hidden.
Okay.
So if you want to watch an interesting, like, set in the 50s, well, filmed in the 50s, but the movie was set in like the 30s, with Robert Mitchum being the bad guy, you can see that whole scene with the love and hate sermon.
I love that so
from
much.
that. I just got like so excited. I paused my computer so fast. I looked at my husband. I was like, you're never going to believe this.
Supernatural does so many pop culture references throughout the 15 years, and I love all of that. Yeah.
I thought it was so interesting that was the movie that they picked for that. Like, I
was
wonder
really
who's
interesting.
responsible for it.
It might have been in the public domain,
Probably.
and that's why they could use it without having to pay for a license for it. It's my guess.
Even though they only used like 6 or 8 seconds or something of it. But yeah, that was just, I got really excited about it. And I was like, I have to share that story.
It was perfect.
So yeah, that's where we first meet Billie.
And we hear her singing.
That is,
Yes.
when you meet her, Lisa Berry is singing.
Yes. And she has a phenomenal voice. She sang in Columbus. She sang "Oh Death" when we had
Which
our
is what
con
she's
2
singing
years
when we
ago.
meet her.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we meet Billie, I feel like her motive is entirely so consistent. She gets more powerful over time, but her motive is entirely consistent. She's like, one day, I'm going to reap you too.
Singularly focused on keeping order.
The natural order of things.
I think that if you were to be a supernatural watcher and wanted to do a drinking game, and if you did a drink every time Billie said the natural order, you'd be drunk pretty darn fast. She says it a lot.
That's kind of her thing.
Yeah.
The only difference with her is that when the other Reapers, they were going to take the person, they didn't say where, but generally it was under the assumption was like heaven or hell. She very specifically says, she's not going to take Sam and Dean to heaven or hell. She's going to take them to the empty, which is not where humans go.
Right.
But she very clearly was going to bury them, so they had no choice but to stay.
They could never get out, and because she really despised the boys.
Oh, she did. She did not like them.
They were complete aberrations to the natural order.
Yeah, they were a thorn in her flesh for sure. Yeah,
she actually introduces us to the idea of the empty in that episode, in that part there.
Not that episode, though.
Is it not?
In the very first
episode, She
the,
references it because she said, "I'm not going to take you to heaven or hell. I'm going to take you someplace you can't get out of."
She says that.
Call it the empty.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She says that, though, in season 11 when we meet her.
Oh, does she say it that early?
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
yeah.
I did not
it
remember
gives us
that.
this idea that I was going to say there's a third place, but really there's a fourth place because we already know about heaven and hell and purgatory.
Purgatory, yeah.
But there's another place.
Another place. Yeah.
And the boys had already been to heaven, hell, and purgatory by this point. So
they're like, oh, great, there's another option.
Yeah,
awesome.
They already knew the others.
Right.
They're tired of let's make a deal doors, I think. Yeah. So after we meet her, there's a couple more times, like ones that just pop out to me, like the Life and Death. Is it Life and Death of Asa Fox? Is that the name of it?
Yep. She helps Dean get inside the house that the demon is locked up there.
Her last episode as a Reaper is one of the best episodes when the guys are in the security.
Yeah.
And Dean makes a deal with her.
Yeah. So that's first blood.
Thanatology.
Thanatology. It's called advanced thanatology. So me being me, I Googled what that means. Thanatology is the study of death, dying, and bereavement.
Okay.
Oh.
So what is that episode?
So
fresh
that is
my memory.
You're right. So that's the one where they're locked in that government facility. They make a deal to get out, and the deal is she'll get them out, but one of them has to die at midnight.
Right.
So
Winchester has to die at midnight.
A Winchester does, right?
Yeah.
So they get out, they get away, they reconnect with Mary, and Billie's like, okay, it's time to make good on your deal. And Mary is immediately like, take me instead. Like, she's ready to sacrifice herself. And that's when Cass shows up and stabs Billie with the angel blade.
Yeah.
And he says, no more Winchesters need to die. Or the world can't do with less Winchesters or something like that.
Yeah, something along that lines. I can't remember the exact line, but yeah, that's...
And that's when Billie dies. And she is the first Reaper to die after Death died.
Right. And we didn't know that meant anything.
And that's how she got her promotion.
Yeah. Her graduation.
Graduation
cap.
Exactly.
Well, what is First Blood? I thought First Blood.
That was First Blood. Advanced
okay,
Thanatology.
All right,
sorry.
Thank you. That's okay.
That is, she takes Dean to Death's reading room in that one.
Oh, when they find out that everybody has a book.
Right. Everybody has.
Book.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And she takes Dean, and he sees like all of the ways that he could die. And this is when she's like first become Death. She had been so focused on like these boys need to die and stay dead, but now she has this knowledge of this bigger picture. And so she's like, we all have a part to play, and you're going to die, but not yet. So that's what that one is. And that one is interesting because they've lost so many people at this point. Dean is ready to just be like, okay, I'm done. He's really grieving from all of the loss that they've had at that point. I think it's even... I think Mary has died at that point again? Like,
what's it? Do you have the episode
possibly.
number?
It's season 13, so...
No, she didn't die till 14,
It's
right?
13.5 is Advanced Thanatology, yeah. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I didn't write down specifically what it was. But Dean is just, like, so done at this point. And, I mean, you would think that Billie would be like, okay, let's go. But because she's read the books, and Dean has a bunch of books of ways that he's died, obviously. She's like,
yeah,
we'll get there, but not yet.
Dean's Deaths, volumes 1 through 172.
850.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, there was a whole lot of options for him.
Right.
But they weren't now.
But none of them stuck.
And suicide wasn't an option. one of the things, because he had technically committed suicide to discover the bodies of Dr. Avery Meadows' victims. I'm reading it.
Yep. I was reading about that one too. So yeah, there's a few times where the boys have like died by suicide or some almost variation of that. In that one with Dr. Meadows.
With Freddy Krueger, right? Isn't it the one with Freddy Krueger?
The death plague mask doctor.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yes.
With that one, he like ODs on barbiturates. Or no, wait, that's a different one. That's the one with the vampire,
that's red meat.
with the werewolves. You're right.
That's red meat.
Yeah, that's red meat.
The barbiturates was red meat. This guy...
I read so many episode synopses this morning. They're all blending together.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think on that one, how did he kill himself?
No, red meat was... What did he do in that one?
He did something quick because he pulled out that... Wasn't that when he pulled out like that, like, quote, first aid kit type thing? And he turns to Sam and he goes, this is how we do it. I'm just going to kill myself. I'll come back in a little bit. Make sure you bring me back in so much time.
Yeah, he must have shot himself up with something.
So I think he just like gave himself a shot of something or, something because he was prepared to do it.
Yeah.
And then the adrenaline shot to bring him back.
But it doesn't work immediately because Billie is talking to him. Yeah.
Right. And Sam's panicking because it's not working. And then all of a sudden he finally comes back.
There's so much to unpack.
You boys die more than anybody I know.
Yeah. Isn't that what Ash said?
That is what Ash said.
Yeah.
And that was way back in, season 5. How many times did it die after that?
Yeah.
Dean committed suicide at least 3 more times after that. Mm-hmm. Season 7 to talk to death, to bring back Sam's soul. Season
That's
Red
the
Meat.
one with Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one. Those are 3 times that he committed suicide, basically, to try to achieve a goal.
Like, nobody but the Winchesters is like, hold on, let me die for a minute.
I'll be back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Like, everybody else is like, excuse me? And they're like, it'll be fine. Except for now with Billie's death, it's really a risk because she is like ready to be there.
Yeah.
Every time. And she even basically has Reapers following them all the time to like keep track of what they're doing and let her know. Report back on them.
Isn't there a Jessica Reaper?
Yeah, that was Jessica in that one. So it was Jessica that Dean saw first, and Dean's like, go away. And then she realized who it was, and she's like, oh my God. And she went and ran to get Billie. Because Dean's like, I don't want to deal with you. Give me the official one.
I would like to speak to your manager.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there was another Reaper that helped with Jack, right? Jack wasn't supposed to use his powers. Billie had said, don't let him use his powers. And she allowed him to use his powers. And then Billie killed her.
I don't have that one written down, but I wouldn't be surprised.
She was a little older.
I'm thinking 14,
it must have been 14.
It's Jessica again.
Because we see Jessica a couple of times in there.
Violet, there's a Violet that appears in that one in Nihilism, season 14.
That might be the one. But do you guys know what I'm
Galaxy
talking about?
Brain. Death appoints a Reaper named Muriel.
Muriel.
To Merle. That's, I think,
it's
monitor Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, Merle. Okay.
His compliance with
Yep,
Billie's
that's
rules.
her. I see her picture.
Season 15.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about.
Yep. The Watcher of Jack Klein is her occupation.
Yeah. And then she got in trouble because he used his powers and he wasn't supposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, like we talked about the Reapers, Rowena was specifically going after Reapers to try to get Death's attention because she wanted to bring Crowley back.
Right.
So that was a whole thing where she was going after people and their Reapers.
The whole thing was weird because she wanted Crowley back when prior to that, they've been trying to kill each other all the time.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she wanted him back.
Well, you know that whole trope about like the people who are enemies or they act like they hate each other, but they really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's Crowley and Rowena. Like they do actually care in a way, but their whole thing is acting like they hate each other all the time.
And I don't think it was an act for the most part, especially when she first came on, because she definitely hated Crowley.
But like at that point, well, he represents all of like the things that she used to be, that she hated about herself, right?
Well, she hated him as a kid. She was a crap mother.
She wasn't a terrible mother. You're right. She sold him for
he was a terrible
3 pigs.
father, so we find that out too. So neither one of them were good parents.
Right.
Yeah. Trauma, generational trauma, just going on
racking
and on.
Up in that family.
It's probably a good thing that Gavin died on the boat, so he would not pass on that horrible family trait to his kids. Yeah.
So the thing with Billie, at least for me, is it starts out and like, I don't want to say that I liked her, but I liked that character. Mm-hmm. Like, she was a formidable foe to have. Mm-hmm. She wasn't like Crowley, who like you always knew was lying or was going to flip on you. She wasn't like, you know, other people who are always acting for their own interest or trying to free Lucifer or trying to do something like that. Her intentions were always the same. Did she ever lie to the boys? Like, I feel like you could always trust her, even though she was the antagonist.
She was lying to Jack.
She did lie to Jack. I did not like that at all.
Yeah.
No, she totally lied to them about, to Jack. Jack wasn't supposed to reveal what was happening. And so in a sense, she was lying to the boys as well, because she was lying to Jack.
And she was like manipulating him to help her.
Correct.
Yeah. Because her whole plan, we come to find out, is she wants to be God. Because she wants everything that was dead to be dead and stay dead. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's a trope for that kind of villain too, that just like, they just want everything to be nice and neat and clean and in its proper box by whatever means. Mm-hmm. And so like, in that way, she was using Jack. She was using Jack's guilt to get what she wanted too.
Yes. Everybody used Jack in some way, it seems like, didn't they?
No, it makes me feel so bad for him, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I could go on. We've talked about Jack.
Yeah. We can revisit him again
bad.
Sometime.
Yeah.
But
I genuinely felt so bad for him. But like I said, I feel like Billie's intentions were always pure and plain. It was just the natural order.
Mm-hmm. And that's all that mattered.
And that's all that mattered. Regardless, the consequences were inconsequential to her.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah.
Didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
It almost was like in her, especially after she became Death, she was singularly focused on getting those Winchester boys off the planet. Mm-hmm. And not in heaven and not in hell, in the empty where they could not escape.
Right.
Although Jack escaped.
They could not escape, and they couldn't stop her.
Castiel escaped the empty, but yeah.
But the point being, where they couldn't stop her from doing what she wanted to do. She knew they were the ones in her way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as she became Death, it's that whole thing, power corrupts. As she got more powerful, her plan of natural order, she just wanted to, instead of keeping natural order of, okay, you're going to die, okay, let's take you now. She wanted to go retroactive, and anyone who should have died and didn't, go back and wipe them all out. So she, as she got more powerful, she wanted to do more.
Right the wrongs to her.
Right.
It wasn't just about stopping the boys. It was about fixing everything she thought was wrong.
Yeah.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
just got a little overconfident in her power there.
Yeah.
So if you're going to compare deaths, let's compare the OG Julian and then Billie. To me, they both played the roles vastly differently, and there was something so. It's a weird word to describe Death as endearing, but I loved Julian Richings. He was almost endearing. He was amused. He was powerful, and he's like, you are a bacterium. You mean nothing to me, but I am amused by you, and so he was fun. That's not the right word.
I was thinking playful almost.
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. And I liked him. I liked his take. And I think Billie says, the old guy was amused by you guys.
Mm-hmm. He thought it was funny.
I am not. You don't amuse me. You annoy me. Yeah.
I think there's something deeper there, because Julian Richings' death, we know, is like incredibly old. Mm-hmm. We don't know how old Billie is, or when the Reapers were created. Were they created when humanity was created, because humans were going to die and they needed somebody to help in that?
I don't know.
We don't know. But I think that perspective has a lot to do with it, because surely Billie's not as old as Death.
Right.
And so for her, I think it's always been that singular motive where OG Death has that long game, that overview. I'm going to be there when God dies. Where Billie's like, I'm going to be there when God dies, and then I'm going to be God.
So she could be as old as Death. And here's my reasoning. If the Reapers were created at the same time as angels, all the angels were created at the same time. So all of their vessels looked differently. So they obviously all looked different ages. But they were all created at the same time. And that's why when the angels started falling and started dying, we need somebody that knows the formula that can make new angels. And nobody could do that because when they were created, the amount that was created, that's all that was created. They're not like humans. They aren't going to procreate. They can't make more of themselves. That's how I feel about Reapers. I feel like they were all created at the same time.
And there's a limited number of them, which is why it's so important when
Death died, there would be a new Death.
There'd be a new Death.
Yeah.
And why it's so important when Rowena's killing Reapers or Alistair's trying to kill Reapers that they stop it.
Yeah, because that's my take on it, is that they were probably just an X amount that were created at that time. Sure. And they might have been created at the same time as the angels, they were not angels. Maybe. We're still a little fuzzy on that. But
were they not?
They're angel adjacent.
Yeah. Yeah. Like distant relative of the angel.
Billie obviously dies. We know that she does. Yeah. When Cass dies, she gets pulled into the empty at the same time. Do you, Mary, have notes, or do you know who the next Death was?
That wasn't Jessica?
No.
Oh, okay.
Her name was Betty.
Betty. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was Betty. You're right.
Literally what happens is Lucifer shows up, says, God let me out. He brings Betty with him, kills her, and they're all like, what the heck? And he's like, just wait. And then Betty wakes up and Death. She has a new ring and a new scythe, and she's Death. And because they need her to read the book to figure out when God dies or what's going to happen. Yeah. She reads the book. She brings it out, and Lucifer immediately kills her again. Yeah. She was Death for an hour. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. Poor Betty, in my opinion. Yeah. And then they find out that only Death can read the book, so it doesn't matter if the book is open.
Was Betty our final Reaper / Death that we ever saw then?
She was.
Because that had to have been season 15. Yeah. That's like the end. Yeah.
That was 15 and Inherit the Earth.
So I don't know that we see any Reapers or find out about any other Death after that.
There's not time.
Yeah, there's not time. There's like what?
What episode number was Inherit the Earth?
There's got to be like just a couple.
Is that the one when Cass dies?
Or is it the next one? Inherit the Earth was 19? Season 15, episode 19.
19.
So it's after Billie
19, and then 20 is the last episode. So yeah.
There's no time to find a new Death, as far as we know.
No.
They could have had a Reaper come. Technically, they could have had a Reaper come to the barn at Dean's final death.
Oh, yeah.
It would have taken away from what that was with the brothers, though, and I would have hated if they had done that, but technically they could have done that.
They could have, yeah.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, me too.
We can assume that there was a Reaper there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't necessary to show.
She was hanging out in the hay until the boys were done.
You're like hanging out in the hay, and I've just got this image of this Reaper like sitting in the hayloft, like dangling their feet.
Yeah.
Just waiting for Dean.
Playing a harp.
Just like,
just waiting.
Do. Oh, is he? Oh, no, they got their moment.
They're still talking. Still having the big BM.
So are they done? Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
No. That is so minimizing that whole scene that like ripped all our hearts out.
I know, because we can't talk about it too much because it's too hard.
We'll just pretend the Reaper was like sitting up in the loft dangling her feet waiting.
Get us through it easier.
I say her because we don't... most of the Reapers we interact with are women.
Yeah, except for Bobby's Reaper and then the OG Reaper.
And the OG.
And then all of the Reapers in that town. Was it Chicago?
The men don't talk. We don't need that.
They were all... Was there any women there? I thought they were all men in suits.
I think they were probably just made to look androgynous and just be like a whole mass of them.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't think they were made to look anything specific because you never saw their faces or anything. You just saw like a back of a crowd type thing.
Yeah.
We'll just let the men talk as little as possible when they're Reapers anyway.
Nothing wrong with that, I suppose. So this is episode number 52. And like I said, next episode we will talk about the Four Horsemen. And then we'll
Which
start.
Death was a part of, so kind of a little transition.
And we'll talk about him a little bit too, because we loved him. And then we'll start talking about our demons. So let's go ahead and, unless Mary, do you have any other Reaper thoughts?
No. Can't think of any others. I think that pretty much covered all of them.
Yeah.
There were a lot of them.
There were quite a
really,
few,
yeah.
and I like how they were used in the show.
For sure. Yeah. I agree.
Like I said, I think Billie was a very formidable foe for them.
Oh, 100%. I didn't like her, but we weren't supposed to like her.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
but I adore Lisa Barry.
Oh, yeah. Lisa Barry's fantastic. I don't know if I could say that I liked her or I didn't like her. I don't know. I guess appreciated her in the show.
For her role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the way to put it. Like,
kind of like the Metatron thing. You know,
I don't know if I had like strong feelings. I don't like what she did all the time, clearly, but yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that her plan was to not have the boys go to heaven or hell, but to take them to that other place. I didn't like that idea. I'm like, you know what? If the boys have to die, you know, they deserve to go to heaven. I didn't like the whole taking them to the empty and always kind of having it out for them. So I kind of felt like that part of it I didn't like with her. But like you said, she was a great character. I just didn't like her intent.
Right. Well, we didn't like anybody's intent that was going to harm our boys in any way.
Absolutely.
And
exactly.
They
There's the
clearly
gist of it.
deserved, if not a happily ever after, at least a happy eternity, right?
And sometimes we didn't even like the boys when they were being mean to each other.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Except Dean, I never didn't like him.
Nah, whenever they were like, maybe we should go separate ways, we shouldn't work together, I was like, don't be stupid.
Yeah. We got 15 years of this,
that.
boys. Get over it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, why aren't we in the writer's room?
Together.
They needed us, clearly.
All
Shall
right.
we rate our drink?
I think we shall.
Okay.
Mary, I know you've listened to our podcast and you know how we do the swig rating. So what would you give this Reaper drink on taste?
I liked it. Now, I didn't use the same raspberry or blackberry liqueur. I couldn't find any, so I ended up with blackberry brandy. Okay. So mine isn't probably as sweet as yours then, because the liqueur would be sweeter. So that helped take the sweetness away. So I liked it because I think it had a good taste without being overly sweet.
It was probably a little more warm tasting too with the brandy. I consider brandy kind of a warm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
All right,
does.
it's more
That
of a
is
warm.
a word used to describe.
Okay, I don't know how to describe alcohol
You're
usually.
Good. You're good. Yeah, no.
So do you give it a full?
Oh, it's really good.
Do you give it a full swig?
Yes.
Okay, I'm giving it a full swig. Although I almost only gave it 3/4 because it is so almost cloyingly sweet.
It is incredibly. It's very, and probably because I had Coca-Cola in it, it's very syrupy to me.
Yeah, I think if we did it again, I would only do maybe half an ounce of the liqueur because I just think it made it too sweet.
It did,
but I'm still going to give it a full swig.
Sure, sounds good. Full swig. I obviously am thinking hard about it.
I have influenced you.
Ease of making. This was very simple. Like sometimes I will be stirring and shaking stuff up, and it'll be like,
will it
10
ever be
minutes
done?
of work will it ever be done? But this one I thought was super easy, mostly because we mixed it in the glass.
Yeah.
It
Full
was
swigs.
easy. Yep.
Brilliant.
Full swig.
How does it match?
Does it match our Reapers? It's way too sweet to match Reapers to me. I'm only going to give it a half.
Okay.
Based on that. Color wise,
I wanted it to be dark.
Yeah.
Initially, I was looking for black vodka, which is a particular kind of vodka made with, I think it's something literally from an acacia tree.
Oh, okay.
And that's what gives it that dark color. But it is hard to find.
Yeah.
So that's why we ended up with black spiced rum. But anyways.
Yeah, so I'm just giving it a half because it's too sweet, in my opinion, to describe a Reaper. It needed to have more
I would agree.
bitterness
More
to
of
it.
a bitter to it, yeah.
I'll say 3/4 because mine wasn't as sweet.
Yeah.
So and the dark color definitely was a good match for it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then mocktailability.
So for mocktailing this, I feel like what you could probably do is kind of make your own version of like a cherry Coke and do like a blackberry syrup or something like that.
Don't they have like a blackberry Dr. Pepper or something like that too?
You could easily do something like that and consider that.
And then just add some lemon juice to it if you want to give it a little bit more of a tartness.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
I think it's very mocktailable.
There's also non-alcoholic rum, spiced rum that you can find if you still want to have like some of that spice flavor that you get from the rum. You could use that easily. I still have that at home, actually. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's very easy to mocktail. I would give that a full.
I would concur.
Excellent.
I agree.
Mary's like, I don't care. She's like, I don't care. I drank the real version.
I believe it's...
I did.
10, I'm going to go it 10 3/4 out of 12.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Jenny just finished her whole drink, so now she can't go.
Yeah, I'm done.
We better wrap up.
I'm done. So we always end with, you know where we are. We're on the socials. Thanks for everybody that comments and says stuff. I didn't write down any shout outs. I'll have some next time.
Have we shouted out, I feel like we did, Bryn Beverly?
Yeah.
Okay. I just repeatedly in my notifications like that she shared our posts.
She does. She shares our
all
stuff.
the time.
And we can shout her out again.
I think
she's
we've
awesome.
shouted out Mary before.
We have. We've shouted out Mary. We appreciate you.
Mary is our top commenter on Threads, I think.
you comment and you like our stuff and you share it, and we appreciate that. So I have a little group of friends, and I'll just shout all of them out because they are listeners to the podcast, and they all but one have guested on the podcast. They're my little Pop-Tarts, my emotional support Pop-Tart group, and that is Mary.
If you've ever seen our more recent YouTube videos, you'll see this little like plushy Pop-Tart guy in the background.
There's my girls.
That's Jenny's girls.
And Ruth, who does the My Soldier Boy fix, she gives me lots of clips when I can't find stuff right away. She's so good at that. And Theresa, of course, has been on the podcast several times, and she always is very faithful at listening and telling me, saying, yes, I was yelling at you on my way to work because you couldn't come up with whatever it is.
The right thing. I'm sure that she probably is yelling while she was listening to this earlier.
Sure she was.
Teresa, if you're not laughing right now,
we love you. We love you, though. And then the other one is Victoria, who has not been on the podcast yet, but will be soon.
Excellent.
And she's another Dean person. So here's your chance.
Okay, friends. I need to play like some Sarah McLachlan in the background right now. We have a lot of Dean girls who have guested on this show, and I'm going to need my Sam folks to show up.
Yep.
It doesn't matter who we're talking about, but any of you out there, if you want a guest and you love Sam Winchester, please.
Open up your morning light, say a little prayer for Sam. So that's
my plea to you.
Yeah, Dawn needs some more Samness in her life.
Listen, if you love Dean Winchester, but you don't always like Dean Winchester, come talk to me.
Yeah. The Dean girls find me, and then I collect them, and then I bring them on the podcast.
And then you call them pastries. And
I call them Pop-Tarts.
Oh, my God.
Anyhow, so yes, if you are a Sam person, you know, you can like Dean as well, obviously.
Well, yeah, I just said, I love him. I just don't always like him.
We know how you feel about him. We know how you feel about Jensen.
And I don't hate Jensen Ackles.
All right, everybody. Thanks again. Please keep commenting, liking us, giving us suggestions. If you want to come on the podcast, whether you like Sam or Dean, you're welcome.
Or Castiel.
If you like Castiel, I think it'd be awesome if you came on the podcast. I don't know any of those people personally, so it'd probably be good.
You're in your little Dean cocoon.
If they came on.
A good cocoon.
It's nice and warm in
Speaking
here.
of Dean girls, thank you so much to Mary for joining us again.
Yes, thanks, Mary.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks to everybody else. I'm clearly dying, so this will be my final podcast.
This is our advanced thanatology.
Goodbye.
Now as Jenny dies.
It's the Reaper. I see my Reaper. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.